Aloha, everybody. I've spent a good portion of my life involved in public speaking and public service, and I've been a witness to and occasionally, more than occasionally, had the opportunity to make an introduction. But I will tell you that in all those years, in fact decades, I don't think I've heard a more sincere and profoundly moving introduction than Amos Kotomori just gave. And not only was it to the point and well-deserved, but it serves as an opportunity for me to make a few remarks preceding the award being given to Joy. I was very pleased to see Mark here today because it gave me the opportunity to be able to reflect a little bit for you. For all of you who aspire right now to succeed in fashion. When I first met Dave Rockland, more than half a century ago, I know you all think this beard has died and, you know, it's very fashionable to look this way. But you look so young. More than half a century ago, with the idea of jams, it was Dave Rockland that taught me and taught all of us here in Hawaii that Hawaii can be the springboard for success in taking the creative world that Hawaii offers to us, that incredible diversity that is Hawaii, that defines us rather than divides us, applies most forcefully where fashion is concerned. Talent always tells. It's no coincidence in my mind that the Alfred Shaheen that I knew of half a century ago is being recreated right now, is selling right now. That design philosophy, that the creative impulse inspired by Hawaii takes us globally. I was very pleased to see what Ed had to say, because I had written in my notes, Ed, Hawaii, less an exotic niche than an international attraction. That's what Dave Rockland taught me. He said, Hawaii is going to be globalized. Jam's world is going to be international. And it's going to be inspired from Hawaii. It's interesting to me today, I've got my Zig Zane on. I'm always looking for something where I'm the only one that has it. Because you better get it quick, right? When you say, when you were saying you better get it in the morning, right? Now I know that I at least have a couple of things that distinguish me. I own every single color that Zig ever did for his carp shirt. Who else can say that? Nobody, right? Please don't burst my bubble. I want to be unique in that respect. Hawaii now has the opportunity, not just because of Project Runway. And you know, the problem with that, Joy, right, is that Project Runway, oh, we have Project Runway. Well, of course, right? Hawaii and Project Runway, we own it, right? That kind of, it's a little bit too easy to almost to dismiss Project Runway. No, anything that succeeds for 13 years, you know, we're just celebrating Hawaii 5, the latest, speaking of international, Hawaii 5-0, ooh, it's born again. And now it just celebrated its 100th episode, right? On television, international. Hawaii 5-0, it's international. Project Runway is in its 13th year. That means there is something that attracts people to the question of fashion and creativity that touches very deeply across the board. And the fact that Hawaii has such a central place in it is something that doesn't need just to be seen as an inspiration out here, but an opportunity for Hawaii and for the talent that's here. And precisely because it is international, the fact that you're from Hawaii actually gives people the opportunity to see, wow, you're doing that? Whoa, sure, from Hawaii. Being from Hawaii gives you automatic access in the sense that people are interested in you. Oh, you come from Hawaii? Oh, what are you doing here? Right? Why aren't you? Who would leave? You know, because that exotic idea exists out there. Then when the talent, when the inspiration, when the passion, when the determination, when the perseverance makes itself felt, and people see that, then they're going to be open to it, I'm convinced. Now what we have to do here in terms of the infrastructure, and here's where I think we've got the chance. I'm certainly going to be doing the budget that I have the opportunity to present before the next legislature and the next governor pursues it, is to see to it that we back up the infrastructure. Part of our problem here in Hawaii is we tend then to say, isn't that terrific, isn't that great, and somehow it's just going to go on its own. The school needs to be supported. I was a lecturer. I know what being a lecturer is all about. You think you wait as you get paid. Believe me, if you're a lecturer, that's the first thing you're thinking about, is when do I get paid? I had two questions when I first got elected to the legislature in 1974, right? That's in the last century for those of you who can't get the picture on that. I was lecturing at Leeward Community College. Lecturing at Leeward Community College. My question when I went to the legislature, where's my office? I wanted to make sure I actually had one. And the next one was, when do I get paid? Because I've been a lecturer. So we need to support it, and that's what George and the business department, we're going to try and see to it that you get the support for Fashion Month, for Fashion Week, for the infrastructure, into the human infrastructure that we need so that we've got the workforce, that we have the foundation and the background. So no matter where you're going, what you're doing, how you reach out, that you're going to have that solid foundation that we can present. And so that takes us definitely to Miss Joy, because that's where it all begins. It begins with someone who can say to you and show you and give to you the opportunity to take whatever creative abilities you have, whatever capacity you think you may have, whatever sense of determination you want to pursue. You need the day in and day out support that's going to give you every possibility to pursue that to its end. The word humble, Amos said, is associated with Miss Joy. There's no question that that's a primary characteristic of this great lady. But I will tell you, Miss Joy represents the aloha spirit. She represents that sense of community, that sense of helpfulness, that sense of patience, that sense of openness, that sense of welcome, that says no matter who you are, no matter where you've come from, no matter what your aspirations, Miss Joy is there for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor Abercrombie. It is an absolute thrill to receive this award from you, a governor who supports the fashion industry here in Hawaii. He's come to our fashion shows. He even came to my classroom before he became governor. I don't know if you remember. And he's donated to our scholarship fund, he's donated to our program, and he's come to all of our fashion shows as well. Many people don't know this, but I graduated from Kaimuki High School and from the UH Fashion Design Program in 1969. There were 13 graduates from my class, and almost immediately, 12 of us were employed in the fashion industry. I went to work for a small company called Hilda Hawaii. I idolized Hilda's work. I wanted to work under her. I went to work on Monday, September 9th, 1969, only to find out that Hilda quit the company the Friday before. So I became the lone designer. It was sink or swim. Luckily, I swam. The company went from 3 employees to 25 employees in 1 year. And my pay of $1.25 an hour doubled the following year. And this is the honest truth. That year, our company was so successful that I was nominated, believe it or not, for the Governor's Fashion Design Award. The governor then was Governor Burns. Okay. I did not win. Okay. During those years, there were fabulous designers. I mean, I don't know if any of you remember Baba Kea, Kiyomi, Joan Anderson, Richard Goodwin, Dave Rocklin, and just to name a few. There were many very big name designers. We all knew their names. Only the old-timers may know those names, but I remember that they were fantastic. Hawaii sold muumuus by the thousands each week. Of course, it was only $16.95 each. We could not keep up. It was the 3rd largest industry in Hawaii in 1970, behind tourism and agriculture. I know we can build the fashion industry back up again. We have the talent. We have the talent. I see it every day. I hear it every day. I know the dreams and aspirations of my students. It will be different, but we can and we must build it back up. I left the industry in the mid-70s to have my 2 children. 6 years later, I needed a job that would allow me to be with them during the long school vacations and holidays. Teaching was the only logical choice for me. I started teaching at ACC in January 1979, 35 years ago, and this is where I found myself to be of some value. My mentor, Mrs. Lillian Zane, who's sitting next to my husband, taught me how to teach by caring about each student. She made me slow down and really care about, listen to their stories, and I thank her for that. I also want to thank Lowell, my high school sweetheart and husband of 43 years, for allowing me to work 15-plus hour days and at times putting our personal lives on the back burner. I cook dinner for the family only once a week, Sunday. Today's Sunday. The whole family's sitting on the 3rd row waiting for dinner. Okay? As busy as my husband is, he has attended every single fashion show I have participated in since 1965. He has allowed me to fly away with my students 3 times to New York, 2 times to France, once to Spain, once to China, and twice to Italy without him. I am beginning to think he likes it when I'm gone. That's okay, I love you anyway. Although my teaching philosophy is to put each student first, I have selfishly put myself first. You see, as I teach the students to work and become tax-paying employees, the fashion industry benefits, the students' futures improve, the economy of the state of Hawaii increases, thereby supporting my future. Mahalo, everybody.